Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Carlson & Co. Today, we are talking about the top 5 power tools every homeowner should have. All right, today we're going to talk about 5 power tools you need to have. If you're going to be doing DIY projects or just plan on doing some work around the house, we're going to get in some cordless power tools, top 5. The 5th one is going to depend on a specialty of yours, so if you disagree with me, if you don't think you need one, well, let's hear what you got to say. Number 5. We're going to start out with drilling and driving, and we're going to put this into one because it's important to have both of them, though you could get away with just an impact. But for bigger drilling, a drill really makes a difference. Hammer drill as well, not as important, but most of them come with a hammer as well if you're drilling into concrete. But basically you have your impact and you have your drill. Difference between these two is this one's going to have a little higher torque. Basically when it gets stalled up, as it starts getting harder to spin, this will start hammering, giving you more torque. The drill is going to be more linear power, smooth going through. And most of these new drills also have features to, if it does get too hard, it'll actually cut the motor instead of twisting your arm off, which is a good thing. But you have a 1/2-inch chuck on the front. Tighten this or loosen it, your chuck moves in and out, getting smaller and bigger for drill bits. The impact has a click-in system for easy one-hand use. These are Metabo. This one's an upgrade from the kit, but you can get these kits for around $130 to $140. I'll have them in the link. If you are a homeowner, I would suggest doing something like this kit. This is the Dewalt kit. It's on Amazon for $139. Cool part about Dewalt is they pretty much carry these anywhere. So if you were like, man, I want to go put those in my hands, you didn't want to order online, you can pretty much go anywhere, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, whatever, and they should have Dewalt, as well as batteries. If you're looking to get into woodworking, I would highly suggest looking into Bosch. And this is Bosch's PROFACTOR drill. This is going to be not included in a combo package. Their 18-volt combo package is around the same price. You get an impact and a drill. This would be an upgrade to their drill. And this one has some serious major torque. So the reason I would say to get into Bosch for woodworking is they have very high quality tools, high quality motors. Their batteries are great. You're going to get a long lasting tool, but probably most important is the kind of fit and finish, and what you're going to get out of your cuts or sanding are going to be a little bit better than if you went with DeWalt or some other, any brand you go with there at the hardware stores. All right, number 2 tool on the docket is the skill saw. This would be a hardcore upgrade. This is a Bosch rear handle saw. It actually just got released. I do have a review, kind of first time using this guy. They're going to be a little bit heavier. They're going to have a 7 1/4 blade. The blade's going to be on your left side, so if you're right-handed, that's really nice. And these have really good balance for one-handed sawing. If you're just starting out, there's nothing wrong with doing like a traditional right side saw blade. This is the Dewalt. These without a battery bare tool are just around 99 bucks, and I'll actually put the drill impact saw combo in the description as well. That's also an excellent deal if you're looking to get a couple batteries and you needed those 3 tools. These guys work really well. You're not going to get as much linear power, torque, things like that you would in like a worm drive corded or that rear handle saw there that I just showed you. But for DIY projects, these are pretty darn good. Thirdly, you need a sander. I would say if you plan on doing a lot of sanding, corded is probably a must-have. They make definitely a few different versions of these. Bosch, it's got some dust in it. We use this all the time just on the job sites. It's battery powered. Bosch has so many different size batteries that the small one is probably the best on this. On a super side note, I just wanted to see if the 12, this is pretty heavy, the 12 amp hour battery from Bosch would fit on the sander, and the sander is actually lower. So like this literally fits on every tool they make. That's pretty cool. If you're doing any kind of woodworking, you're gonna be using these a lot. These clear up imperfections, get you ready for a final coat of paint or stain. They can also take off things that you maybe messed up on and you need to redo. So I just want to also mention a lot of these tools you can get corded, and if you're going to be using them a small amount of time, it is kind of nice to not have to worry about batteries. At the shop here we have a set of Dewalt tools. So my personal Metabo is what I take with me everywhere, and then at my house in my garage kind of tool setup there is Bosch. But for you, if you're just buying these tools, I would recommend picking one brand. I went over the 3 that I have here. You know, Dewalts are readily available everywhere. Metabo is a great, super tough tool. Bosch is a really good fine woodworking tool. You have to decide what you want in a brand, and there is other brands. I would just try and stay away from the cheaper brands, Harbor Freight stuff. I'm not just gonna diss on everybody, so I'll just stop there. Just get a good quality tool. I mean, these Dewalts are quality tools and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg, and you can kind of move up from there depending on your budget. The nice part about cordless tools is they're gonna keep you very versatile. So if you need to cut something and you're on the back side of the house, well, guess what? You can just grab your tool, go back there, cut it. You don't have to worry about bringing an extension cord or kind of moving your setup, which is really nice. The downfall of that is if you don't have a charged battery, you don't have a big enough battery, or you just don't have enough batteries and you got to switch them in between tools. That kind of sucks. Another kind of kicker for a bonus would be getting something like this. Pretty much every tool manufacturer makes one, but it's just a multi-charger. You can just shove all your batteries on there. I always store all my batteries on here and plug it in, and then they're all charged ready for me when we're ready to go to work. 4th dealio. One that I think you can use for pretty much every style job you're doing is a oscillating multi-tool. But what these are good for, you can get tons of different kinds of blades. You could actually get like a demo scraping blade. These are just kind of nail wood blades on both of these, but cuts you can't get too flat against the floor, trying to go under something, making fine cuts. We've actually used these for like siding repair to cut some siding out and then pull it down when you can't just attack it with a circular saw or something. So many different uses for these. They make super wide blades, skinny blades, knife blades, corner blades, all sorts of stuff. This could also replace like a jigsaw in a pinch, which is pretty cool. Lots of different things you can do with these. Within my aspect of what I do, my number 5 tool is a grinder. This might not be your number 5 tool, but a grinder. See what happens when you buy corded tools? This one's a paddle sander. You can use this on wood, and you can use it on metal. You can use it on all sorts of stuff, actually. Use it on whatever you want. But basically, it's a whole bunch of pads of, this one is fried from using it on metal, but it's a whole bunch of sand pads on this, which twists, and you can use this as like a real deep sander if you're really trying to knock some stuff out. So this cordless one, this one actually goes on the job site for when we're doing sewer work. We use this to cut like our clay, so we're not cracking it with a, if it's old clay especially, we're not cracking it with a Sawzall. So you can cut this, or you could cut, you use metal blade, cut cast iron, all sorts of different stuff with that. If we're in the shop, especially with metal work, like you definitely want a corded one. I prefer the side button, so the Dewalt and this Metabo have the grips, the grip. The Bosch and the Metabo corded have these side buttons you just lift up. That keeps it going on. I just don't like having the trigger in the way while I'm grinding. Just like the small side button, and that works pretty good for me. Also with grinders, you can get some super dangerous like blades that have like chain. It's like a chainsaw blade that goes around the disc, and you can do some really cool wood carving with them. The options are endless for cutting, grinding, sanding with a grinder. They're really cool. Those are all 4-inch. Notable tools that didn't make the list: jigsaw. Another good number 5 could have been a Sawzall. We do use these all the time. It's It's more of a demo tool, I would say, than anything. So that's why I didn't make my top 5 list. What do you guys think? All right, so my 5th tool is the grinder. If you have a different 5th tool you'd like to suggest, let's see it in the comments, because sometimes that might just be too specific for what you guys are looking for. Again, I'll leave a link in the description for some of these tools you saw here today, as well as the combo kits. So check those out if you're in the market for some tools. Amazon has some great deals with that. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.